Man, welcome back, man. By the time y'all listen to this episode, you will finally be out of the long month of January. I get it. I understand. Even somebody that loves January like myself understands. Man, this is a long month. Happy Black History Month to the people that openly celebrate it. We will get a little bit more aggressive as the weeks and podcasts go by. If you know, you know. But I'm just going to leave it subtle. We're going to start and we're going to be,
Donation.
Exactly.
Donation.
You're familiar. You're familiar with.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
This is your warning. I'm going crazy next week. I want y'all to understand. I'm getting aggressive on the soundboard when it comes to Black History Month. It will get a little ignorant. That's why we have timestamps. That's why we have timestamps, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keys podcast, the only podcast we just do something that changes our lives.
Yeah.
We do something that changes our lives, and we try to do it every day.
I don't try to do it every day. I feel like you change your life too much, too often. You be like, who are you? What do you do? You know? So I don't do it every day. Just on occasion when the inspiration strikes.
Yeah, but I mean, you can always just keep the main thing. All your life-changing events is geared towards one main goal.
Possibly.
Could be. Or, could just be stupid. But we already did the donations. We appreciate the people that already contribute.
All I hear is that check came in. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's the seed. I love it when you talk to me. My cat's the seed.
Yeah, I felt a little bit longer than what it used to be.
I don't think so.
It's solid. Okay.
Yeah.
I bet. Make sure I wasn't tripping. Mm-hmm. Man, we do have a lot of things that are, that we like to talk about.
We got to start those things off with the Pro Bowl. Just kidding. We don't care about the Pro Bowl at all. We don't care about the Pro Bowl at all.
I don't care.
We do not care.
You don't care. We all don't care about the Pro Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Don't care about dodgeball. I don't care that y'all are going to continue to put microphones in people's mouths that I just do not care to
hear from,
talk about. I mean, I haven't heard much from CJ Stroud, and I'm proud. I wish.
Was he at the Pro? I don't think he was at the Pro Bowl.
No, but just in general, like the offseason stuff, like.
He only talks when he's with Micah, bro. You just got to get him away from Micah.
And I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him live Micah's minutes. I was like, man, you smart man. I wish the other one could wake up too. But smart man.
I think Micah has like an HBO show now or something like that, like a talk show. He said, no, I saw it and it said like have Micah parts on the bottom. It said HBO Max on the bottom. I was like, they got him a show? So, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. We do not care about that.
We do not care.
We also don't care about my birthday. It happened. I care. I'm not expecting you to care. But best believe if you follow me, y'all won't hear the end of it when I drop these photos when I come back from New York. You feel me? I'm in the lab right now trying to come up with the perfect caption.
Oh my goodness.
It's been, you don't know how long it's been since I dropped a photo. Last time I dropped a photo on IG.
When was it?
I wasn't a single man at the time. Dang. It's crazy.
Well, if you need help with captions, you should always just, there's a V's lyric for everything.
Oh, I thought you were about to say still from SGA. I mean, that too.
Shit, you can still from SGA too, bro. Wait, this has nothing to do with. Do you think SGA be writing his own captions, or you think somebody do it for him?
At first, I thought it was him. Now I'm a little skeptical.
I heard people say that it's Drake and all that, and I'm like, I don't know about all that, but could be, but I don't know because they've been getting a little. I mean, they've always been good, but I feel like he's sort of like
Now you got. It's just something like I guess for me, maybe if he was doing some like LiAngelo Ball type of things, maybe I would believe. I'm like, yo, at some point, nigga, I need to hear some bars because
all his captions are bars.
Like,
unless it's like an advertisement for something.
Like, do you have have the rhythm to pull this off? Like, to pull the lyrics off? Like, why haven't I heard you say this?
I feel like he could. Because it's not like he's saying like some super complex bars or nothing. No super difficult words to say, you know. And like, I don't know. I feel like he could. But then he's also Canadian and their voices sound funny.
But in this era of NBA, where there's just so many NBA players rapping that have no business doing it, I'm just surprised I haven't heard him.
I'm glad we have one less NBA rapper. One less NBA rapper.
Oh my goodness! All that nigga do is hoop and bark, nigga, at post game press conferences.
That's all we need. That's all that's needed. I'm very grateful.
We gonna get back to that rapping real soon.
We do not care.
Oh God,
we do not care.
We also don't care about that fat lady that got kicked off the lift. Stop sharing that shit. We do not care.
Free that Lyft driver though, or whatever he is.
Yeah, that brother got wrongfully fired, wrongfully terminated. Because I need y'all to be fucking for real. I saw that. And I said, I texted Jackson immediately. You know, I think
I don't even say anything
like shit. You know,
I was just left, bro. If I was him, I would just left. I would say like one thing. She probably want to go back for it, be like, I'm sorry, you can't get in the car and just go.
I saw a thing. They started retweeting what's that the guy's name? Mike from Why Did I Get Married? That black bald guy. Oh shit. Yeah, they gotta stop, bro. They gotta stop.
Bro, what else do we not care about, bro? What else do we not care?
Oh shit.
We do not care.
We do not care about LiAngelo Ball. Or do we? He finally dropped the music video, and we said when it drops, we will be listening to it. Now, we're not gonna listen to the whole thing because I think everybody knows what it is. And I saw this thing and it said it's 3 minutes and 20 seconds. We're gonna start at the start, bend that corner, whoa, skim through it a little bit, and then I found out there's a little sneak peek of something at the end, and we will watch that too.
Gelo, what do you feel like you're going to bring to the game?
Hear it?
Yeah. Hummer truck.
So your shoulder, nigga. Shit get real out here.
What does it feel like having your name called on such a big day?
I might swerve in that corner, whoa, bitch, hold on tight, cause I tweaking this bitch, I letting shit go. And I heard that she wanna show, me who she be, I'm kinda fucking with it, show me some more. Bitch, we tatted head to toe, could give a fuck the story wrote. You wanna tweak it up with me, and I'ma show you how that go. Like the money in my pockets blow, they having combos about me, these pussy niggas don't know. Tell me what they talking about.
Right there. All right. Red flag number 1. I see a whole lot of Balenciaga. This was not the vibe. We was trying to pull off. Early 2000s. Did you not hear the audience?
I feel like I was thinking it'd be something more in line with early 2000s. At least how the video looked. But I mean, like, I ain't mad at the Balenciaga though. I ain't mad at that.
I need clothes a little bit more baggier. Not gonna hold.
The clothes is baggy. They just European. It's true.
That's hey. No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like y'all could have. I don't know if y'all big enough to just go to Balenciaga and say, "Hey, yo, can y'all make this FUBU-esque?" You feel me? Can we?
But
can
I mean,
they
in the Hummer. They're in the Hummer. That's
I fuck with the Hummer. We gonna
Listen in, little just like you, but I was hard. I came up a fucking soldier, nigga. Shout out to my father. Shout out my. He made sure I make it farther. My trust in God, blocks and dollars. I might swerve in that corner with this shit. But your ass expect we drove the hallway in a demon, bitch.
I'm about to say, like, damn, well, can I get a swerve?
And make you Greek to switch. Is you sure you wanna meet that bitch? If I see ill intentions, we'll make.
All right, y'all know the song. Now we're gonna go towards the end of this show.
So, what's next?
Can you please? I said, baby, can you please shake that ass with me?
Now,
I think that song's gonna be better than this one.
it will be just look. I treat everything like other artists. Like I don't hear a lot of people singing that first Sexy Red song that came out. Because better songs came out after that, but that's what broke her out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know that was a crazy reach because I mean, this is a real art. You know, this is an actual art.
Both bad songs. Oh, never mind. Continue. My fault. Continue. My fault. Continue.
But it's like okay, like we can see. You know, you've garnered enough attention to give you an opportunity to see what you're made of. You know what I mean?
That song was better than the last music video we watched, which was like that. What, Darren Waller one or whatever? It was better than that.
Darren Waller need to be arrested. I think we listened to that a year ago today. I think we did that in January.
What is Darren Waller doing right now?
I want him to continue to do whatever that is because I don't know.
All right, he's not really doing nothing.
Good.
From his social media, he's just in a snowy place, and then he went to Tokyo. Okay, he's not. His CTE is not acting up. This is perfect.
But before we dive into more basketball, we gotta circle it back. We gotta bend that corner. We gotta swerve
and bend that corner.
Whoa. And get straight. Let's get into some NFL. Mainly because we don't have NFL picks this week.
Yeah,
we gotta talk about that NFC champion, well, the championship games in general. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's start with the beatdown first. We ain't had to waste no time with that. Let's go ahead and talk about the Eagles and the Commanders. Look, you know.
The Eagles win that game 55-23. And 55 in a conference championship is crazy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
55 is crazy.
Nah, Jack's a whole ass nigga.
What did I do?
It's been so long you forgot. I low-key took a nap once it started getting out of hand. I woke up, this nigga text me back. Hey, your left hand still up? I'm like, whoa. Hi, nigga. Okay, nigga, let's calm down. Let's calm it down, buddy.
I was left hand up. The Commanders.
Hey, they was playing some inspiring football up to this point, though. And shout out to what was their owner's name? Snyder? Is it Dan Snyder?
Dan Snyder. You seen the report that said, "Oh, he's all pissed off that the Commanders are doing good now," and I mean, you deserve it, bastard. Nobody likes you. That's what you get,
man.
As soon as it's clear he was the anchor to the franchise. As soon as he left, everything just was so much better.
It gave me hope. I'm like, bro, I'm
praying, I don't know, man.
I'm praying for the foreshadow, nigga. When that time happened, I'm praying like this, nigga.
Dan Snyder, whole family was not involved. We still got, or not we, but the Cowboys still got the family in the thing. So I don't know, man. We'll see about that, but I don't even want to spend too much time on them because
fuck them niggas.
Whatever. But that game, like we said, it was a blowout. But Jaden Daniels, he didn't even play that bad. It was just like nobody else really stepped up to help him.
First play of the game for the Eagles was a Saquon Barkley 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, ooh. Yeah, that's when I was like, ooh, this might get out of hand. And then like Jaden Daniels, like he came back and responded. I'm like, okay, bet, like you're making this somewhat competitive in the first quarter. It just got out of hand, you know. Scary Terry can only do so much. The real Scary Terry.
Who was it? Who was the first Scary? We'll get into that whenever. It don't even matter. But the Eagles, they look good this game. Jalen Hurts, who's struggled, quotation like air quotes, like he sort of struggled, but not like been like trash. I think because they've been winning, but he hasn't been playing his best. But this game, he threw for like 250 and a touchdown. He was running the ball well as well. Had 3 push touchdowns because that's his thing. That's what he does. So I mean, I think the Eagles they look good. They looked good.
Yeah, they look like they were supposed to play. They're ready to play. Yeah, the defense was kind of
that was a defense that was a team that you could tell they clearly belonged to the championship. I'm not saying the Commanders didn't, but just by how it looked, you know, just by how the scoreboard says, you know, it just showed that the Eagles like is level to this, and the Commanders wasn't at that level.
Another clear example of phantoms in Chrysler 300s, in every fashion of the word. But I think for them, it kind of gave me a little hope of like, okay, like this Super Bowl is going to be a little interesting. Because at first I was definitely one of those guys. I was like, bro, I do not need these Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. Not that because it was bad. It was just like fuck, like kind of want some other people in here.
I'm pretty confident a rematch is going to be good. And since we're already sort of talking about the rematch, the next championship game, it was the Bills and the Chiefs. The game everybody had been waiting for because they're like, oh my gosh, can Josh Allen finally beat that demon Patrick Mahomes? And the answer, unfortunately, was no, he cannot, because Patrick Mahomes he's Thanos, he's inevitable. The Chiefs, they won that game. That game was much closer. It was very good, but the Chiefs, they won that game 32-29, and it was sort of like, I don't want to say that. Granted, like the Bills, they didn't come out playing too hot, but towards the end, it was sort of like the Bills, I guess, ran out of time, which is what always happens every time they play the Chiefs.
Yeah, whenever there's somebody that's competitive and playing the Chiefs, whoever has the last possession tends to win that game. Anytime that Josh Allen has won against Pat, at least in the regular season, it's because that nigga had the last possession. Yeah, and I think this is one of the first times. This was one of the first times because I don't really like watch Bills games like that or watch Josh Allen. One of the very few times when I was just like, damn. I was looking at Josh. I was like, damn. What more can you do, Josh? Like truly, like when it comes to like trying to beat Pat Mahomes, like there ain't really too much you could do.
I'm gonna be honest. Josh Allen, he didn't play too hot because like literally on like the first 2 plays, he threw damn near interceptions. Like they hit the defenders in the hands both plays. Their defense, so they couldn't catch. So like he didn't have like
that's Josh Allen.
Like he started off slow and he picked it up a little bit, but he didn't really have the hot game that we expect from Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, like but I'm saying like he didn't do anything out of character. Like Josh Allen notoriously who this is. Like that's why it gives me hope. I have a little bit more hope for Lamar because when Lamar screws up against Pat, it just be like, damn, like you just did some out of character stuff. Like you turned the ball over, you fumbled this bit. Like you don't normally do shit like this or throw interceptions.
Josh Allen was playing like Josh Allen.
Yeah, he looked like Josh Allen, which I was like, damn, I don't. Even at your peak, it's just it's always going to come down to who has the ball in the last possession. Just like how it was for Tom Brady back in the day. Like, oh, you gave that nigga too much time. And I think One last thing. Oh yeah, shout out to the Bills. Shout out to DeMar Hamlin. And this was the first time we didn't see that bullshit Stephon Diggs confetti in the air as you lose. So
Nobody. Oh, okay. I thought somebody did that, but
Oh,
it's good
somebody-
nobody did that.
I didn't see
No,
it.
that's what I thought, but I could have been wrong.
I just didn't see it on Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? They always zoom in on
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, and he's always
Like, nigga, go home.
like, go
Go
home.
home. It's cold outside, bro.
Like, it's January, nigga. We in freezing temps, nigga. Get up. Watch up, bro. But that leads us to the Super Bowl, man. And we'll go into like our Super Bowl picks later down the line, like the next pod, because look, at the end of the day,
We do not care.
not right now.
To put like to really to end real fast the whole Chiefs and Bills thing. One, Josh Allen did not get that first down that everybody was crying about. And they're like, oh my gosh, he got no, that quarterback sneak. The refs called it right. That wasn't a first down. And then that Dalton Kincaid thing, bro, like that was a hard catch. I'm not surprised he dropped that out. But other than that,
I'm just surprised he got it off. Like the fact that it hit that nigga hair, I was just impressed that it happened like that. It definitely wasn't as egregious as like a Mark Andrews thing. But the fact that it was in the vicinity and didn't get picked, I was like, oh shit.
Very impressive.
Very impressive. Shout out, Josh. I get it.
Enough of the happiness and the positivity of the NFL playoffs. We have to get into some real deep, dark SMH. Apparently, there are hashtag allegations on the GOAT, Justin Tucker. And it breaks my heart because these things are probably true. These things are probably true based off of past evidence. But let me pull it up real fast. But yeah, Ravens kicker Justin Tucker, who many, including myself, and probably Greg as well, believe is like the best kicker of all time. He has the resume to prove it. But he's been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 Baltimore area massage therapists. So it's just like another Deshaun Watson situation, which is just like, bro, what the fuck is going on with these niggas, man?
Damn, bro. Like,
niggas cannot be normal, not once, bro.
And it's kind of crazy, bro, because this was one of the first years that he's looked human.
This is first year he looked bad, bro.
Like he, and that's for just the first year I decided to take this nigga
in fantasy.
Yes. And that nigga just kept missing kicks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is everything okay at home? Obviously not. Yeah, obviously not. When you have something like this in your camp, it doesn't go well. Ask the Cleveland Browns. All right. This
and
six. Nigga.
And Justin Tucker, he since came out and like denied these allegations and blah blah blah. Like he put out a statement. I'm not gonna put that up because that statement low key long as hell. But there's been like people over the past like what 4-ish years or whatever that have low key been like leaking all this Justin Tucker stuff. Bro, stop. Like this was in 2021. Say Justin Tucker's canceled, but it's not my place to provide the reason. So that's just foreshadowing from 4 years ago. And then another guy, this was also in 2021. Justin Tucker must not have received his happy ending that he forced the masseuse to give him. So it's just like a whole bunch of stuff. And there's more tweets. I couldn't find, there was a whole lot more tweets. Which like when I say a whole lot more, I like dead ass mean like there are people who've been talking about this for a couple of years.
Yeah, there was one with what's it called? Damn, what's the name of that shit? You know how they do like they'll have a player up there and they'll be like Justin Tucker, no allegations.
Oh yeah, no allegations, no this, that. Yeah.
And one of these old ass dudes, or like he had an old ass profile pic. He was just like, yeah, I know something you don't know, or some shit like that. And that shit happened in 2023. And so, yeah, he said, well, I'm not gonna put that out there because I don't know if it's true. But that nigga has been pretty accurate with everything. But
yeah, they're calling him Justin Tugger, and I'm just like, they're calling him Justin Tugger. Greg, they're calling him Justin. He was supposed to be the GOAT. They're calling him Justin Tugger now.
Oh, hey man, times like this, like sometimes this is the opportunity to start like uplifting somebody else. But now it's starting to get into some uncharted territory. It's like, damn, if I bring this up, then it's the karma that something comes out. But I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna tread lightly when I say this, man. This is why I be appreciating Bron, because boy, you just don't see it, bro.
If anything happened, man.
Nigga,
I'm not even like I'm not even like a LeBron, like one of them LeBron stands or they're like, I like LeBron, but like I'm a normal person. But if something comes up with LeBron, I'm gonna be so sick. I'm
gonna be so sad. I'll be like, we rooted for you.
Yeah. But honestly, though, that just speaking on Bron real fast, that's impressive that it's after all these years, no major scandals, none of like the biggest scandal is when he chooses different teams. So that's a real testament to him just being the stand-up person. So
yeah. Same with KD.
But another question though, just like if all these things are found out to be true, would Justin Tucker still make the Hall of Fame? Because there's not many kickers in the Hall. I think only one is I think this is Adam Vinatieri. I think he's the only like full-time kicker that was in the Hall of Fame. Like there's some people from like the 50s that played quarterback and kicker and this, that, and the third. Like some of them are in the Hall of Fame, but I think let me look real fast.
I just don't know what the qualifications would be for a kicker.
Oh no. Vinatieri's not even in the Hall of Fame yet.
Oh shit. Well,
but I mean, he has the resume for it and everything. Like he's had like like I said earlier, like he's good consensus, or it's the consensus goats of kicking in the NFL are Vinatieri, who we just said, and Justin Tucker. And I'm pretty sure those are the two kickers of all time who are going to get in the Hall of Fame. But do you think he will now, or you think it's just a wrap for that?
If this is true, it's raps. If it's true, it's definitely raps, because at the end of the day, you still just a kicker, nigga. Like Adam Vinatieri's not in here.
That's a great point.
They can always lean to the fact that nigga Adam not even in this bitch.
Yeah, and even when Adam gets in, ooh, you're just a kicker, nigga. Yeah. You see how long Vinatieri had to wait, nigga? You will too. Like if you even get in that hole, which, like I said, he probably won't no more, which sucks to suck.
Then, which is crazy. He not the worst allegation ever, but you just a kicker. That's the problem.
But the other people with that,
no, there's crazy. Like, well, I'm saying like people that think about like, oh, could they go into the hall? Like, could Big Ben go to the hall?
Yeah,
I think it's
Big Ben's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to, but
yeah, and I'm not here to play struggle police or struggle Olympics, but nigga got his own situation. I don't know what Tyreek Hill's probably gonna make it. Yeah, that nigga got a little rap sheet with him too, so it's like
is Antonio Brown making it? Because
no,
okay,
he did that.
Just curious.
I hate to say it, he's still talking too much.
Yeah, he need to like chill out for like a good like 10 years, and they'll be like, you know what, we did like that guy, but I don't know if that's gonna happen with him.
You just gotta spam the Steelers highlights, like you gotta start talking about the
highlights everywhere. You spam the Steelers highlights.
No, that's the problem. You can't go everywhere with them highlights, because then it'll bring back bad memories of, oh shit, oh that's the nigga that was.
You can't even really talk about the Bucs Super Bowl, because then it'll be like, then he said he slept with Tom Brady's wife, and
exactly like it just brings up bad shit. The worst you can say with the Steelers are, oh damn, this is where it all started. Avonte's perfect hit. He ain't got no Raiders highlights. He just got workouts.
I mean, he played like one game with the Patriots and caught like 3 passes for like 150 yards and a touchdown, and then they cut him immediately after that. He just had him
he did his career. He did that
interesting in a derogatory way, but whatever.
Absolutely.
But moving on from the sad Justin Tucker news, which I sincerely hope that everything is found out everybody gets the justice or whatever they deserve in that situation. But moving on to the NBA, Scary Terry Rozier, the guard for the Heat. He also played with the Hornets and the Celtics. Everybody liked Scary Terry. He's cool. He's just a hooper for real. But yeah, he has allegations as well. But these are not Justin Tucker allegations. These are Jonte Porter allegations because he has been under investigation by, I think, like the U.S. District Attorney's Office, I think, or something like that. One of them big offices.
Something bigger than Adam Silver. I'll tell you that much, nigga.
Yeah, he's under federal investigation in connection to an illegal betting scheme. This was reported by the Wall Street Journal, so that's real reporters. But this whole thing happened back in 2023 when he was with the Hornets. It says that on March 23rd, Terry Rozier, he left the game after playing the first 9 minutes and 36 seconds. And he not only did not return that night because he said he had a foot issue, but he didn't play again the rest of that season. Charlotte only had 8 games remaining, and they weren't in the playoff contention because it's Charlotte.
Yeah.
So it's not unusual that he got shut down for the final game of the season. He finished that game with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists after only playing, the first quarter, which is it's not bad or nothing.
Right.
But it turns out that somebody had apparently there was inside info going around that he would leave the game early, and there was this random Twitter user, I don't know how to say that, but he said he got lucky that he was fed some inside info that Rozier was leaving in the first or second quarter, depending on how the game flows in live line, so that his unders would hit. And everybody, started placing bets on his unders. And I think this guy, he only got $122, or he only won $100 in profit. So good for him, I guess. But yeah, he's under investigation. But the NBA did their own individual investigation when these allegations first came out. I think it was last year, maybe the year before that, and they found that he did nothing wrong. So we'll see what comes with that. But I just think it's funny with all the sports gambling stuff. I'm like, oh, who could have ever seen something like this happening? Everybody could have, bro. You just don't make sense to me.
It's another clear example of a Phantom versus a Chrysler 300. Because that brother right there only won $120. Yeah. Meanwhile, DraftKings and the mother niggas was out here freezing $80K for some unders on Jonte Porter. There's levels, nigga. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, like, based off of that information, you can't conclude shit unless it gets bad. Like, oh, he was in the Discord with some niggas. Oh,
it feels like somebody might have known that. Like he said, dude said he had inside information. I could see it had went something like Terry Rozier was talking to like his friend or whatever. Like, damn, bro, I'm sort of hurt. My foot been acting up. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll play this next game, especially because we're not in the fucking playoffs. We're the Hornets. We suck. And that person probably was telling some other people, and he's like, "Oh, I got inside information." Like, I feel like it's something like that.
Yeah, it was probably more of like a man. Look, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. You know how Charles Barkley be. It was more of those things like, "Hey, man, look, it's the Hornets, nigga." Yeah, because he didn't play any other games like after that. Like I could see if he like
the end of the season.
Yeah, like niggas get shut down. Shit. I mean, if that's the case, shit, go check on Al Horford when that nigga was
like this. Like it doesn't feel enough to like warrant a federal investigation to me. But
like I get doing your due diligence, but Scary Terry's probably just didn't feel like playing. Like look, no, I get money, but
and if anything, that nigga made $100. Like, or it's probably more people who also bet his unders made a whole lot more. But like the person that's citing the story made $100. Like, be for real, bro. It's not a big deal.
And it's
like,
not
Jonte Porter. He was doing this like a lot. This Terry, he had a legitimate injury they could prove because they shut him down the rest of the season, and there's only like one game. So a federal investigation for all of this? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Y'all.
It feels like a reach to me.
It is a reach, and there's just more things they could be like putting their time into. Like y'all could easily be vetting out the Love Is Blind cast to make sure y'all ain't got no Tylers in the building. You feel me? There's just other things you could be doing your due diligence for. But you know, I don't run things, but that's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. Shout out to Scary Terry. But who is this, who? Wait, who is the real Scary Terry though?
Who came in the league first? Who gotta say who came in the league first?
I feel like it was Scary. I mean Terry Rozier.
They're both.
I'm tripping. I thought it was Rozier because he was there in 2017 with the Celtics. Because we heard about Scary Terry because Gordon Hayward had that crazy injury. And niggas started rocking out.
So Terry Rozier, he came in the NBA in 2015. And Terry McLaurin, he came in the NFL in 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Who took off first? Like, who was better first?
Scary.
I'm saying they're both scary. Okay, Terry Rozier. I mean, not Terry. Terry McLaurin was better. Terry McLaurin was good instantly. Terry Rozier.
Rozier didn't have opportunity at first.
Rozier didn't get good for real until, in 2017 he was averaging 11, and he played 80 games, but he didn't actually start. But in Charlotte, his first year in Charlotte, in 2019 and 2020, that's when he started averaging like 18 points and 20 points and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I feel like they both got good around the same time. Because both that 2019 range.
I guess for me, if somebody was to scream out, "Nah, man, Scary Terry, nice, brother." Who you thinking about first?
I think McLaurin, just because we're in like middle of football season. Like, yes, basketball's going on right now, but like it's crunch time for football. So I think I'll lean toward McLaurin if somebody was like, "Oh, Scary Terry's cold." That's what I would think of first.
I think I will only think of him first because of the NFC Championship. Like, they made it to the NFC Championship, and that's fresh in my mind. If you was to ask me this question last year, I definitely would have said Rozier. Regardless of how good Scary Terry was, I'm just not checking for the Commanders like that. So I'm assuming you're talking about
Fair enough.
Rozier.
You're not checking for the Commanders, but your left hand was up. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, but we'll move on. We'll move on, bro. We'll move on.
Nigga, you win.
We'll move on. I said we'll move on.
You win, bro.
I said we'll move on because we got some stupidity to talk about.
Okay.
And I come to you humbly, or I come to like the fans humbly with this request. We need to impeach Adam Silver from the NBA. Can you impeach the commissioner for the NBA?
I think I don't know how that works, but I guess you have to collectively, like, maybe the owners will have to collectively do something. I don't know.
Probably. But anyways, Adam Silver pitched this dumbass idea of making the NBA 10-minute quarters. And here's what he had to say. Can you hear?
And I'm probably in a minority. Yeah. As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is.
Yeah, but if you like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about, and I'm probably.
Now, Dan Patrick, why are you egging this bitch on?
Goodness gracious.
Dan Patrick, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even upset with Adam. Dan.
It's always too dumb. It's always exactly.
I'm like, damn, can you not, my nigga? Oh, wow. Actually, Jax, I want to hear what you have to say before I have something to say. We're going to be on the same page. I'm not going to say nothing crazy, but I want to hear what
But
you
really though, I was thinking about like I don't like because he sort of mentioned it at the start. I don't like how it's going to affect record books and things like that. Because I know people talk about we want a shorter NBA season as well. Like that's a completely different argument. But people talk about stuff like that all the time. I've just never been one for that because I don't want it to mess up the record book, so we can like track greatness and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But putting that point aside, like you could make the game shorter by I don't know, starting your games on time. Because if you watch a game on like ESPN or whatever, the game started at 6:30, then they don't tip off till like 6:47. I'm just like, bro, we could have did all this. And then it's just if you want the game shorter, you could speed up reviews. They've sort of done that a little bit, but I just feel like 10-minute quarters are too short. And it's gonna sort of eliminate the need for bench players, I feel like, too, because if the game shorter, game 40 minutes or whatever, you have less time for your bench players, and it's just less of opportunity for them to cook. So I don't know. I don't like it at all. I think it's a stupid idea. Want to make the game shorter? There are other ways, I feel like.
Yeah, and he's coming from a television production standpoint. So it's not even about the health of the players. Like this has nothing to do with like, this will guarantee players to, play more games or whatever like that. That has nothing to do with it. But, from a person that like understands like that end of it, that don't really make sense. Because now you're cutting ad revenue. Now you're cutting commercials. Now you're cutting certain things. Unless you're finna do that bullshit, which sometimes I'm just not a fan of. It's like the advertisement that takes up half the screen.
I'm never a fan of that. All that is always stupid.
I don't like that, even though it's been my responsibility to do that shit on certain things. Like I've never been a fan of that. Just cut the commercial. At that point, shit look ugly.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, so I don't.
I feel like this. Are you gonna?
I was about to say, like, when I heard a lot of people, like, this is my first time hearing it. So, like, when I heard people talk about it, I'm thinking, like, oh, this nigga was gung ho. I see that, like, Adam is like, yo, I'm probably in the minority of this, and it's probably not going to happen, but this is how I feel. That's why I was looking at Dan. I'm like, Dan.
Because you can be like, you know what? He's right. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Like, nah. He's like, nah, Adam. Yo, hey, yo, bro, you big ball. Hey, you big money.
Nah, bro.
It's your league, bro. No. Damn, stop giving that nigga ideas.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that at all. And I feel like there's like other things the NBA should be focusing on. Other things like because it makes me feel like all that ratings talk is getting to his head for real. Like, oh, the ratings down there, blah blah blah. Like people talking about that. And if it's stemming from that, because he's like, oh, people don't want to watch, 3-hour games, make it 2 hours, so easier for the consumers and stuff like that. But if you want to make it easier for the consumer, one, like I said earlier, start games on time.
And speed up commercials. Speed up the commercials.
You can speed up commercials as well. But more importantly, if you want more people to have access to the games, make it just it's hard to watch NBA games now. Because like me, I can watch every NBA game because I'm just, I have different capabilities. But a lot of people, they can't see when they got like league pass, they can't see local games, things like that. There's a whole lot of media blackouts for games. It's just like if you want people to grow, you want the game to grow, you want people to watch it, make it easier for people to watch it. That's it. That's all you got to do. But
look, I'm gonna be honest. I think that something that I think regular television hasn't, especially when we start talking about live events and basketball games. Something that's like a minute detail that I think goes a long way is the fact of the reason of why things like YouTube or things like other streaming services have been so popular, even if they have the commercials, is that the fact that they have like that time thing on the bottom of it of like, oh yeah, there's 90 seconds until we get back to this game, and you see it count down. I don't know how much of that makes a difference, but at least for me, like when I think about it, it's like, okay. When I'm on live television, sometimes I'm like, damn, when they coming back to this shit? Like when like a whole lot of commercial, like it seems sporadic versus like, oh, okay, I know I have 90 seconds and they gonna come back after these 3 or 4 commercials go, whether it be Hulu, whether it be whatever. Versus, I think I was babysitting my cousin back when I was like in Houston, like for Christmas, and they just had it on regular TV, and I think she was watching some cartoon shit. I kid you not. The show itself is probably 15 minutes, but it takes up a 30-minute time. It's like 15 minutes worth of commercials. So I'm just like, damn, like you got 5 minutes and then an abundance of like 10 commercials. I'm like, nigga, I'm flipping the channel at this point. I don't want to watch this shit. So I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched live television from a consumer standpoint, but I don't know. Maybe they should take some things from streaming because this is getting out of pocket.
They definitely did take some things from streaming. They definitely did. But we got that out the way. That was that idiot stupidity we just listened to. But now we got to go and argue and get mad about the All-Star reserves, because it's an All-Star game. Everybody loves to get mad at those. But official All-Star rosters have 100% been released, announced, whatever. These are your Western Conference All-Star starters. We talked about this All-Star lineup. We talked about the starters last week. I'll go over them one more time real fast. Steph Curry, Shea, KD, LeBron, and Jokic. Those are the starters for the West. But the reserves are Wemby, Anthony Davis, Sengun, Jalen Williams of the Thunder, Jaren Jackson Jr. with the Grizzlies, Anthony Edwards, and James Harden.
Shout out to James. He deserved that one.
He's still getting to it, bro. He's still getting to it. He
deserved that one, bro.
And then the Eastern Conference, the starters, going through them again real fast, is Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Karl Anthony Towns, Jason Tatum, and Giannis. The reserves are Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero, Damian Lillard, and Evan Mobley.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, which side do you want to start first with?
Western Conference, because it's just before we started.
Okay, well I'll hold my tongue. You go ahead, go first. I have a little bit more to say about the East.
All right, for sure. But with the Western Conference, just starting it off, it's a couple surprises to me. I'm very surprised that Jalen Williams is in, because there's been a whole lot of, is he an all-star? Is he good enough? Is he top 15 and blah, 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 blah. And I mean, he got in. I didn't think that would happen, but I'm happy he got in. Sengun, I'm very, very surprised. But then again, the Rockets, they are the second seed in the West. So it makes sense they have a representative. So I'm in Sengun's there. I don't want to say he's their best player, because I think Thompson's their best player, but Thompson is still like emerging. He's still figuring it out. Sengun, he's a little bit more solidified in his role. So it makes sense that they chose him instead of anybody else from the Rockets. And Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm just happy he got in. I like Jaren Jackson, so I think it was pretty good that he got in. As far as, or we can talk about snubs later. I just want to get to some surprises.
Yeah. For the surprises for me, I would have said J-Dub was a surprise had we started the season, because I really felt like, okay, like the way Chet's been hooping, Chet might get that bitch. But he got hurt, obviously. And J-Dub, there was a big consistency for him. That makes sense. James Harden, I'm not going to lie, I am a big fan. I was surprised.
He's been hooping, bro. He's been hooping.
He's been hooping because nobody expected the Clippers to still hold a top 6 seed. Like they weren't even flirting with playing stuff. They've been pretty holding it. Like he's been the ultimate floor raiser. And Jaren Jackson, that didn't surprise me. Well, Jaren Jackson probably surprised me because I was probably expecting Ja at the start of the season, but Ja ain't been playing that great.
Yeah.
And
Ja been hurt too.
Yeah, and it's the West, but the Memphis Grizzlies are the 3rd seed, and they have to have a representation. I'm proud of Sengun. I'm proud that there's Rockets representation, which is why I'm not really tripping about the political aspect. Because look, at the end of the day, they're gonna put winners in here. It's not at the end of the day. Sabonis, look, y'all finna lose De'Aaron Fox, my nigga. Y'all got bigger things to worry about than a goddamn all-star. Y'all got y'all coach fired. You think you all-star worthy right now. It's just, it sucks to suck, my nigga. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to explain that better, but we can go into the snubs because I don't even think Sabonis is a real snub right now.
You want to talk about snubs in the West or go to the East real fast?
Let's go to the East real fast.
All right. Eastern Conference surprises that I have. Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, like having both of them from the Cavs, that's a surprise to me. But I mean, like I know they're the best team, but they don't normally get like Darius Garland and Evan Mobley aren't normally the big names you think of. So and Donovan Mitchell there too. There's three people from the Cavs.
Three people that make that's. But look, they're the number one seed, and nobody expected Cleveland to hold the number one seed like this. So I can't. It's hard for me to be mad, but at the same time, damn.
I'm not mad. I'm just surprised.
I am surprised about 3.
And then Tyler Hero, very, very surprised. I don't keep up with the Heat because the Heat they're the Heat. But Tyler Hero, he actually hasn't been having a bad season. I just wouldn't expect him as an all-star, to be honest. It's so many other guards who I consider to be better than him. So I'm very surprised about that. And then those are really Pascal's not really a surprise. He's a sort of an all-star mainstay type. So those are really my only surprises.
That nigga's a DeMar DeRozan variant when it comes to like these all-star selections. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was surprised about Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. I thought it was gonna be one or the other. I am, whether y'all niggas like it or not, I was surprised about Cade because I wasn't sure how good the Pistons were going to be. And they started to really ramp it up, and they're now an above 500 team now. December going into January. So I was like, okay, bet. Like I just didn't know because he didn't like Cade Cunningham didn't like start off like super hot like LaMelo Ball where like everybody was talking about Cade. People started talking about Cade like towards the end of December, early January, and I was like, "Damn, is that enough to go ahead and get that All-Star nudge?" And it was. So I was surprised about that. Surprisingly, I wasn't that surprised about Tyler Hero. I'm not gonna lie to you. He has been fucking hooping, and he started hooping even harder when Jimmy Butler was like doing all this bullshit. And the only reason I know this is because I was kind of keeping track of him after that Amin Thompson. Both of them niggas started waking up at the same time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them niggas started ramping that bitch up immediately. I'm like, ooh,
that's real hate. Real spark that fire in you.
Nah, bro. Like Tyler Hero has been playing great, bro. Like 20, I think it was 24, 5. Like I have to go back and look at his stats, but that's the Norman Powell right there. Like you're not expecting it, but it's like, damn, like it's kind of hard to not put you on here at some point. Like I get why he's here.
Yeah. And you brought up Norman Powell, so let's slide back to the Western Conference real fast and just talk about some of the snubs. And Norman Powell, he is a snub because, like, I think Norman Powell, he's like the quintessential, like what you expect, what you want when you think of like when they dreamt up All-Star selection, because he's somebody who's been a veteran in the NBA for years. He's been basically a bench player most of his career, if not all of his career, except for this year. And he finally, I think it's his 10th year, he finally get a chance to start, and he's going stupid. Like Norman Powell is hooping right now, for real, for real. He got him and James Harden have the Clippers in playoff contention after we talked about how nobody believed that they would do anything this year.
They still not doing this year. Let's not be.
Oh, they're not doing anything, but the fact that they're looking impressive is
a test
in and of itself. But Norman Powell, he's averaging like 24 points, 1.5 steals, I think like 4 rebounds around that range. He's shooting lights out, like damn near 50% from the field. He's shooting 44% from threes. Norman Powell's hooping. So the fact that he got snubbed, I'm not surprised he got snubbed because it's like, who knows the name Norman Powell for real? But he's going crazy. So it would have been nice to see him get that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Another one that was a snub was Devin Booker. A little bit more of like a down year from an efficiency standpoint, but he still gave you 25, 6.5 assists, 4 rebounds, 2.5. I mean 1.5, 1.2 steals. Um, those are still all-star numbers. Especially when you still have like a Steph Curry that's literally a starter, giving you 21 or 22 points and lower numbers. It just hasn't been having an all-star year, but it's Steph. But yeah, that was another snub. It would just be, I understand if I had to go between the Suns and the Clippers, I'm gonna pick James Harden because it was a lot more impressive because nobody expected that.
Yeah, and then you mentioned him a little bit earlier, but Sabonis, he's a snub as well. Even like he's averaging a double-double. He has the most double-doubles in the NBA. Like he has crazy stats. It's always one of those.
Yeah, he has one. Like he had like that consecutive double-double streak for a hot little bit. Yeah,
like I think it says he's had 42 on the season so far, and he's only played 44 games.
Yeah,
exactly. He's averaging like 21 points, 14.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists. Like he's like Joker, except a little bit worse, which isn't an insult. It's just factual.
They have like the Pokemon evolution like things, and it's like they'll have Sengun, and then the evolution is Sabonis, and then Jokic at the end. I'm like, yeah,
that's literally what it is. That's perfect. Literally what it is.
Yeah, if Mike Brown didn't get fired and they had a better record, I think things would be different for Sabonis. But granted, they've had a nice little winning streak since then. But that coaching firing happened, I feel like a little too in the middle of like all-star stuff going on, or there was. I think they were going to take that into consideration. But other than that, everything else seems normal to me when it comes to the West Side. I really don't have any real arguments outside of those couple people.
And then moving towards the East, which has a lot of arguments. I guess like there's two snubs that when you think about the Eastern Conference, there's obviously two snubs we're thinking of. Who would you say is the bigger one, either Trey or LaMelo?
Fuck, I'm gonna say Trey. I thought it was gonna be LaMelo, but I'm looking at how many games he played. Even though he came out to a hot start, and your team is ass. Your team is fucking ass. Now these numbers are incredible.
Yeah.
But when you are ass in the East too, it's kind of hard. That's what I'm saying. Like I think if the Pistons weren't surging the way they were, I think that was going to be LaMelo's spot. Like instead of it being Cade, it would have been LaMelo Ball. But the Hornets don't know how to play basketball right now, and like had the Pistons had like a similar season as last season, LaMelo Ball would have got that. Or I mean, Trey probably would have got the actual spot. But you know what I mean? Like, is what it is. With Trey, look.
You seen that tweet where he was like, "It's not getting snubbed anymore; it's getting Trey Young or getting traded now."
No,
they hate Trey Young for what? I don't know why they hate Trey Young.
Yeah, and I actually watched the Hawks play the Rockets. I think a couple days ago. I think on the 28th. And look, I ain't gonna lie, that is an annoying. Hey, that's an annoying motherfucker on the field on the court. I ain't gonna lie, nigga is crafty. That nigga be selling the fuck out of cars and be making some bullshit sometimes. That being said, that nigga's good. Hey, that's a cold nigga. That's a cold nigga. I do not care. Nigga has 22, 11 assists, and it'd be a quiet 11 assists. Like you don't even be seeing this. You don't even be thinking about this nigga passing the rock the way he be doing it, but he be doing it.
It's like no matter what, even though he's annoying and all that, even if people want to say he's annoying, like you can. One thing you cannot deny is Trey Young is good at basketball. He's one of the top guards in not just the Eastern Conference, but the NBA. So
the NBA.
The fact that because I don't think did he make it last year? He's been snubbed a couple times, and his stats have always been pretty consistent. So it doesn't really make sense when one year he makes it, the next year one year he makes it, in the next 2 years he's snubbed or something like that. So it's I don't know what Trey Young did to these people. I really don't.
It's that New York bias, bro.
It can't really be that, bro.
They don't like that nigga, bro.
So
The
like,
last-
just because he hoop against the Knicks.
The last All-Star, last time he was voted into the All-Star game was
He made it in 2020, 2022, and 2024.
in 2022. He was an injury replacement, so he really didn't even get it. Somebody got injured, and they bumped him up. So, it's like, damn. Nah, there's real hatred in New York for that nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. They don't fuck with that nigga. It's been a running joke for some people, but like I literally saw a TikTok just now. Somebody was just like telling they like 6-year-olds, yo, I just saw somebody talk to their 6-year-old daughter talking about, yo, you cannot say the word fuck unless you saying fuck Trey Young. If you say fuck Trey Young, you good. But that's a bad word unless you're talking about Trey Young. It's fuck Trey Young.
Oh my gosh.
And literally somebody in the back was like, yo, words to my mother, he's spitting. I'm like, all right, this is all right.
There's real hatred. And maybe it is that.
That nigga was rolling. Hey, that nigga was rolling dice, rolling fake dice on the center of Madison Square Garden after a win this year.
And if I was Trey Young, I'd keep doing stuff like that. Because you know what? If y'all hate me, I'm going to make you hate me even more, bro.
Exactly.
I can't even believe it.
He cool, bro. But yeah, like it's ridiculous, though. It is ridiculous. That's why I'm like, that was the bigger snub, because Trey Young has always been Trey Young.
Yeah.
His team has always been at least mid enough to be in all-star selections. He's always going to be a 500 team. But, oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But
was there anybody else that was?
I think that
was all. That was all the East.
Any other snubs? I can't really. I was trying to like look up some more people, and I don't think anybody else really got.
They tried to force this Tyrese
especially on
Halliburton. Like, nigga, stop.
I mean, Tyrese Maxey, maybe I could see that.
No, they were talking about Halliburton. Well, Maxey too. I will say
Maxey averaged 27 a game, so.
Yeah, I also think Franz was a snub, low key.
Franz didn't play enough. He was hurt he's only played like 20. Yeah, he played 29 games. He's been hurt most of the season.
I didn't know that. Like, I just like, what do you think was the cutoff number
for games?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. LaMelo, he played 31.
Okay.
And that's the least amount of games I've seen or at least amount of games I see for somebody they've been considered. Let's see who else was on this list. I don't think any of them have any real injury concerns. Dame played 38, Cade 43, Cat 43, Hero 45, Giannis 39, Jaylen Brown 41, Darius Garland 46. So I feel like if you're past like 35.
If you're past 35,
yeah,
you should be green. Okay.
Get the because KD he played 36 and he's all-star. He also, of course, gets the Kevin Durant tax because he's Kevin Durant.
He's KD.
Yeah, so it might be like that 35 range.
Yeah, I think that injury just came a week too early. It came a week too early because that nigga was hooping.
Yeah.
He was hooping.
Greg, I think it's about that time.
It sure is, man. It is time for the hot take of the week. Jax, do you have one?
I indeed have a hot take. Would you like me to present mine first?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was gonna pause this whole and lie.
Oh, no.
I actually do not.
No, I got
it. Go ahead, bro.
All right. And I feel like this is really getting back into the essence of hot takes. So I'm glad I was just thinking about this one day. And I think this season Wemby is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like it's sort of a given. But my hot take is that the only other players who are capable of taking that depoy away from Wemby are the Thompson twins. Because the way they play the way they play defense, because they're both like 6'7".
Yeah, like 6'7", 6'8".
They're in that range, but they're incredibly strong and incredibly athletic. I think there was one play where Evan Mobley was backing down on man Thompson, and he just jumped up and blocked him. Evan Mobley by like 7'1" or something like that. So you see the height difference in the wingspan difference, and you're still locking shit down. So I think the only people who are capable of taking that best defensive player in the NBA mantle from Wemby would be the Thompson twins, just because of their athleticism. Like they're of course they have the smarts and everything, but the athleticism is what makes it like that. Because I was watching the Grizzlies and Rockets game. I think Thompson had like 4 blocks that game. So and he's only he's still technically what a forward, a guard. Technically, he's not a big man.
No, yeah, like he's either a guard or a forward. I mean, he came in the league as a guard, but he obviously he's tall enough to play that.
And also on top of that, they're faster than Wemby and they're better with their hands, so they get more steals as well. So that's what I'm just saying. I think those two are the only people who, for the foreseeable future, are going to be able to take that depoy from Wemby, unless it gets to like one like political year and they're like, oh no, we got to give AD one or something like that. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and on top of that, they're smart enough to play the passing lane too.
Yes.
Jeez, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. I remember when LeBron was in Miami and like them fast breaks looked scary than a bitch. I'm not saying that Amen Thompson gives me that same kind of thing, but like when that nigga be going down the court, I'm like, God damn.
He's moving fast enough like that. Like LeBron was different because LeBron was like swole as hell. It's like the Thompsons are swole, but LeBron is just a larger human being than them, so it looked a little different. But I get what you're saying. Yeah,
that's a freight train versus this nigga. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not trying to get in front of that either. I'm not trying to
exactly. They're like a sports car. I used to want to get in front of that sports car, but still.
Exactly. It's not no 18-wheeler, but at the same time, it still do damage. Yeah. That's a good one. And of course, I think Asar is still trying to get his legs under him. He had some sort of blood clot situation. So and plus if I'm being honest, like I respect what the Pistons got going on, and I think they're trending in the right direction. I still don't think they're utilizing him the best.
Probably not. Hopefully they'll figure it out. Hopefully they will.
They'll figure it out. They're just finally, getting Cade some good help. So I mean, look, baby steps.
Baby steps
for sure. All right. Oh man, look, I try my best, and I feel like I say this every time. I try my best not to talk about Rockets basketball, and I'm not. I'm just gonna talk about one person.
Lord.
Look. A lot of people since the emergent, just the national broadcast of Amen Thompson has been spreading as of recent. A lot of people have been kind of like, trying to do like, and I hate when they do this, like the weird like redraft thing, even though it's only been a year.
I'm not mad at the redraft. Continue.
I'm not mad at it, but like, damn, can we have at least like a couple years? Like this is second year, nigga. I'm like, damn, like, what I mean? Look, I know Scoot was disappointed, but like Brandon Miller's out for the season. Like, we don't know how these niggas finna, what I mean? So anyway, a lot of people was like, yo, Wemby, then Amen, then Brandon. For a long time, a lot of people was like, Brandon Miller, they gave Brandon Miller the edge because of shooting and stuff. Look, y'all don't want him in with a midi. Yeah, a men with a midi, that might be the real game. The way this nigga's moving. But fuck all that. Let's get negative. Who said he not number one in this redraft? Keep fucking with him.
That's your hot. Amen Thompson's number one.
My hot take: when these careers end,
oh my gosh,
who's gonna have a better career? I'm putting my money on Amen Thompson. Yes, you have the super freak of a guy, Wemby, and they always want to do like a, this is a consensus number one. This is generational talent. This is a generational prospect. I get all that. He's gonna be winning a whole bunch of DPOYs. You know who else has a lot of DPOYs? Rudy Gobert. I'm not disrespecting this man, but I'm just saying I don't give a fuck about this defensive shit. Get in the paint, fuck nigga. Until this nigga decides to get in the paint, look. I might have a man over this nigga. I'm not gonna lie to you. Wemby's cool to look at. Wemby gonna put the stat lines. I drafted that nigga in my basketball fantasy league for a reason. When the rubber meets the road, I don't know how that nigga finna act in the playoffs.
Do you know how Thompson's gonna act in the playoffs?
I do.
Okay.
Hey man, look, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Jax, have you ever seen Wemby give you a game winner?
No.
Me neither. I just wanted to make sure. I don't want to misquote nobody. It sounds crazy right now, but remember what this podcast is, bro. We never wrong, just early.
Okay, we will see. Because I don't even think Thompson's. I don't think any of the twins is better than Brandon Miller right now. They're better than Brandon Miller right now because Brandon Miller. But at this very moment, they're better than him. But
that nigga in the cast, like, all right, bro. No, I look, I understand the pushback, and I know that shooting is at a premium. Woo, okay. Look, at the end of the day, that nigga quote unquote can't shoot, and y'all niggas still can't stop him. Y'all still ain't built a wall that's good enough yet. So, look, once that nigga gets a jumper, once that nigga shoots, he's shooting better than he did last year.
That's what we said about Ben Simmons. We was like, hey man, once Ben Simmons get that jumper,
No. Don't do that.
I'm just saying. No. Information.
To stop it right there. That's just not the same. We was telling no. We talk when we talk about a Ben Thompson. We said, hey yo, if he can get that jumper, if he can get it respectable, good. Nigga, we was telling Ben Simmons to just shoot. We were just telling that nigga to attempt shots. These are not the same niggas.
Okay.
These are not the same niggas. Hey, look, it's 2025. I wasn't here to put down light-skinned niggas. It's really been a resurgence for us. But come on, man, nigga. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Great playmaker, though. I think he's a better playmaker than Ben Thompson. But
duh.
That's not a duh. Damn, chill, nigga. Damn. Relax. Not too much. Damn. But I'm glad people are finally coming to the realization of his, his defense. I was pushing the Terror Twins agenda with him and Tari Eason quite a few pods ago, and I'm glad people are starting to catch on to it. But yeah, if we was to do a redraft right now, I'm picking a Ben Thompson. And when their careers end, a Ben Thompson's gonna have the better resume.
Bold statements, bold claims, but I mean,
all for a reason.
We'll see. Now, I also just want to let you know that yes, Ben Simmons didn't really shoot that much, but our man Thompson's only shooting 1 3-pointer a game. So I'm just saying.
What's that percentage though?
I actually out. Hold up. Let me see the percentage. He is shooting 1 3-pointer a game, 25%. So he makes 1 3-pointer every 4 games.
Yeah, he's 50% from the corner.
Okay.
A coin flip every time he shoots that bitch in the corner, man. I'm here to push agendas. All right. And that nigga gets in the paint. So I'm here to push.
That was our I'm in Thompson hour.
That's real. And I think that's about it. Dex, you have any last words?
Any last words? I mean, you sort of stepped on it earlier in the episode when you said it, but like, it is what it is.
You can step on things you've been saying for years.
No, I mean, fair enough. But anyways, though, if you want to change your life, go and do something life changing, bro. That's all you got to do. That's
not all you have to do. You have to do this.
I can't eat. I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. And you got the power to change that.
You do. That's something that's, we appreciate those things. That should be a part of your life-changing things. Like, I'm going to change my life and just, support people that I watch on a consistent basis. Shout out
especially during Black History Month.
Exactly. It's kind of anti-Black.
Support Black business.
And we see, like you won't support us, but I see you at Target. All right. Okay, look.
Shoving it.
You still go to Starbucks, huh? You know what I mean? Like, we see you. We see you. You know what I mean? But we can forgive you if you go ahead and just send that donation. You know what I mean? Go ahead and send that donation. We'll be all right. But without further ado, that's all we have. We will catch y'all next week. Continue to like, share, comment, tell a friend to tell more friends. And we will catch y'all next week.